Why are Kendrick Lamar and SZA touring together? From the moment the first chords rang out on opening night in Minneapolis, it was clear. This wasn't just another tour. This was a seismic moment in music, the convergence of two generational voices, each standing tall in their own right, yet choosing to share the same stage. Kendrick Lamar and SZA's Grand National Tour isn't about nostalgia or cashing in on hits. It's a living, breathing piece of cultural architecture in motion, a redefining of what collaboration means at the height of stardom. Welcome to celebrity rap life, where the red carpets never roll up and the spotlight never fades. The rewards are legendary. Because in celebrity rap life, every downfall can become a comeback, and every headline tells a deeper story. Hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a second of what's coming next. And the real question isn't just why Kendrick Lamar and SZA are touring together. It's why no one has done it like this before. In an era dominated by solo superstardom, double-billed tours of this scale are rare. When they do happen, they're often driven by a shared album, a joint project meant to fuse two brands into one unified product. Think Watch the Throne. Think Drake and Future. But Kendrick and SZA, they haven't dropped a collaborative album. They're not feeding off the same promotional cycle. Their set lists are distinct. Their sonic palettes couldn't be more different. And still, they've built something together that feels seamless, purposeful, and spiritually aligned. The Grand National Tour isn't a compromise. It's an intentional act of creation. It's Kendrick Lamar fresh off one of the most politically charged Super Bowl halftime shows in history, sharing space with SZA, whose SOS album reshaped the contours of R&B with surgical vulnerability. Each could have easily sold out stadiums alone. But together, they're rewriting the playbook, not just for hip-hop and R&B, but for how artists share power and space in a business that rarely rewards either. There's something inherently radical about two black artists at the peak of their careers rejecting the lone genius narrative in favor of unity. Kendrick, the Pulitzer-winning prophet of Compton, doesn't dilute his message standing next to SZA, he expands it. SZA, the genre-bending siren who sings about heartbreak like it's survival, doesn't play second to anyone. She reclaims her stage time with an unmatched emotional command. They are peers. They are pillars. And they are pushing each other further than they've ever gone. The tour began April 19, 2025, in Minneapolis and will span 39 shared stadium dates across Europe and North America, with Kendrick adding 7 solo stops in Australia and Latin America. The tour is set to conclude December 10th in Sydney, a journey that maps not just miles, but emotional and artistic terrain. Promoted by Live Nation, this is the largest co-headlining tour of the decade. But numbers and logistics only scratch the surface. To truly understand why this tour matters, you have to understand who Kendrick Lamar and SZA are, and what they represent in the wider culture. Kendrick's Grand National X, or GNX, is a continuation of the legacy he's been building since Section .80. It's conceptual, gritty, poetic, and urgent. He raps like every word has been filtered through years of reflection and restraint, and on this tour, he delivers it with unmatched clarity. From the haunting TV off to the triumphant anthem, Not Like Us, every beat becomes a rallying cry. His set feels less like a performance and more like a spiritual exercise. The audience chants, gasps, and bears witness. SZA, meanwhile, brings a different kind of energy. Her section of the night feels more intimate, like you're reading her journal under a spotlight in a sold-out stadium. She oscillates between the vulnerability of Gone Girl and the defiant confidence of Kill Bill. She sings about longing, betrayal, self-worth, and joy with an honesty that slices through the air. If Kendrick's set is a sermon, SZA's is a seance, drawing up every ghost of feeling you thought you'd buried. They don't always share the stage, but when they do, the chemistry is undeniable. All the Stars, their Oscar-nominated Black Panther soundtrack hit, becomes a moment of true communion. But the real magic lies in how their individual energies contrast and complement. One doesn't overshadow the other. They're building parallel empires under the same roof. The origin of the tour wasn't a marketing gimmick. According to sources close to Top Dog Entertainment, the tour emerged from real conversations between the artists about legacy, purpose, and the need to move beyond the structures that have historically siloed them. SZA has long spoken about the importance of creative autonomy, and Kendrick has consistently challenged the industry's narratives about what hip-hop can be. Together, they're taking control of the medium and the message. In a rare on-stage moment during the Chicago stop, Kendrick turned to the crowd and said, "This ain't just music. This is community. We here for something bigger." That ethos runs through every element of the Grand National Tour, from the carefully curated visuals to the transitions between sets, to the tour merch that fuses cultural commentary with high fashion. Even the stage design is symbolic, a rotating platform that never lets one artist remain in the spotlight too long. There's also a practical dimension to this dual structure. Large-scale tours are notoriously draining. Artists from Justin Bieber to Adele have spoken openly about the toll touring takes on mental health and physical well-being. By sharing the workload, alternating high-energy performances with each other, Kendrick and SZA may be modeling a healthier, more sustainable approach to global touring. It's not just about sharing fame. It's about sharing the burden of creation in a high-pressure industry. For fans, the experience is transformative. You don't just attend a concert, you attend a movement. One moment you're moshing to Kendrick's "All Right" as fire cannons erupt behind him. The next you're singing along to SZA's "Special" with tears in your eyes. It's a roller coaster of feeling, stitched together by intentional design. The audience ranges in age, race, and background, but there's a unifying thread. These artists make people feel seen, heard, and held. And that resonance matters. In a cultural landscape often marked by division and digital isolation, the Grand National Tour offers something rare, a sense of collective presence. It's not nostalgic. It's not escapist. It's rooted in the here and now, in vulnerability, in Black excellence, in collaboration as resistance. That Kendrick and SZA come from the same label, TDE, adds another layer to the story. Founded by Anthony Top Dog Tiffith, TDE has long championed artist development over commercial trend chasing. It's a home for visionaries, not just hitmakers. The Grand National Tour is proof that artist-first infrastructure can thrive on a global level. TDE isn't just supporting the tour, it's helping sculpt the experience, ensuring that authenticity isn't lost in the spectacle. To understand why this matters, consider the broader industry landscape. Stadium tours are typically reserved for acts like Taylor Swift, Beyoncé, or the Rolling Stones, artists with decades-long discographies and cross-generational fan bases. Kendrick and SZA are carving out that territory in real time, not by replicating those models, but by inventing their own. They're doing it without the usual scaffolding, no collaborative album, no traditional lead single, no need for tabloid drama to boost ticket sales. Instead, they're offering something increasingly rare, trust in the audience. Trust that people are intelligent enough, emotionally available enough, and culturally literate enough to engage with layered, nuanced art. That's a risk, but it's one that's paying off. Already, the tour has broken records. Multiple stops have sold out within minutes. Critics have praised the format, calling it revolutionary, soul-shifting, and one of the most important live music events in recent memory. But perhaps the biggest win is the way the tour is influencing the next generation of artists. Younger performers are watching closely, not just the performances, but the partnership. What does it mean to lift each other up in an industry built on competition? What does it mean to share your platform when you don't have to? For Kendrick and SZA, the answer seems to be, it means everything. It means showing up as full human beings, with flaws, fears, and brilliance, and letting the art speak louder than the egos. It means creating space where truth can breathe. It means recognizing that legacy isn't something you build alone. It's something you co-create with your peers, your audience, and your moment in history. And if this tour is any indication, that moment is right now. So why are Kendrick Lamar and SZA touring together? Because they can. Because they must. Because in a world desperate for something real, they're giving us not just music, but meaning. Not just entertainment, but evolution. They're showing us what's possible, not just for artists, but for all of us. This story is far from over, and the truth is still unfolding. I want to hear what you think. Drop your take in the comments. And if you don't want to miss the next twist, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss a second of what's coming next.